He's had enough.
He had
He had
enough.
enough food.
He had
And he
enough.
does eat the dry. He does eat the dry food too. Even though he's got kind of bad teeth, he still does eat dry food.
Right.
And don't call me up and tell me I need to take him to the vet because like he's already had him some extracted and all that. So I don't want to hear any of your shenanigans about my pet abuse. I don't need any more cat protective services on our Facebook page or calling or coming to my door without calling.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because that's what these kids did. And yeah. So you don't know if you're getting Girl Scouts. You don't know if you're getting Jehovah's. You don't know if you're getting
Right.
sold windows.
Sold windows, yeah. At 7:30 at night, right?
Yeah, the window people come a lot. I've had people try to sell me coupon books in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't come here. Don't come here. Unless I know. Because, like you said, back in the day, people used to stop in. Well, that's when, like, people were housewives, and they only stayed, like, a lot of them stayed home, and it was their duty.
And they drank coffee, smoked cigarettes all night.
And just think, and they prepared the house in case these randos stop by. Like,
We're not prepared.
We're not prepared. Karen hasn't been here in, like, 2 months. You know, there's cat hair on the ground, and there's laundry places. So it's no longer okay because people don't have their house in order for you to just stop by whenever you feel like. Okay? So if you're one of those people, knock it off.
Knock it off. Well,
text, you can text.
Let's talk about Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
So, I'm working on the bariatric surgery.
Yeah.
I am going to my food lady, my nutritionist.
I gotta go soon too.
I met her. I'm on my second one. I did my second visit.
You said the mean lady retired or something.
She retired.
Right? So, thank God.
So I got a new nutritionist this time around, and she'll
probably be way nicer.
She is, and let me tell you, she's coming. They're all coming to my comedy show. The entire office thinks I'm really
juicing
funny.
them up with booze.
Oh
so you
yeah,
on your diet.
Oh no. So I've been on this diet. I lost 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds.
What are you doing? What kind of diet are you doing?
I just cut out eating in general. I'm just not eating. You know what I mean? It's tough, though.
You just live it on weed and coffee now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because because of the diabetes, I've got to eat something.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I was just like, listen, can't I just eat protein shakes or whatever? And she was so sweet. She was like, you're going to live on protein shakes for 6 months after that surgery and before. You're not going to be able to really eat. So don't live on them now because you're going to be, so sick of them. So I've been doing I do this high protein yogurt during the day. I'm really not good at eating during the day. I totally go the whole day without eating. I have my coffee in the morning, and honestly, I just don't eat during the day. I eat when I get home, and that's my problem, is by the time I get home, I eat so much and then I go to bed. So I need to learn to reverse where I'm eating during the day and not eating at home at night.
Right,
and it's so hard for me to not eat or snack when I'm sitting, home after work when I want to unwind and I'm not on a schedule, and you've got the same problem. You working nights, you're sleeping because you were up all night.
A hard day's work, and we just want to enjoy something tasty together.
Right.
I can't just throw a carrot at her and be like, "Here."
Yeah. So I mean, when we have, when you overeat and your schedule isn't good, it's even worse. But
it's bad,
that's what I'm in the process of working on all of that. So I go to this nutrition lady, and I come home, and Danielle does her daily call, like, when are you coming home from work? And I'm like, this time. She's like, oh, well, they were selling Girl Scout cookies at work, and I bought 7 boxes.
Oh,
I'm like, you're going to bring
sabotaging you. She's trying to keep you fat,
right?
So she can keep you.
7 boxes of Girl Scout cookies into this house when I I'm like, you better hide those. You better, because I make her hide the sweets in the house. Like,
she should keep them at work. Tell her to keep them right at work. So
well, she loves her chocolate and her candies. And I would go buy myself some of that sugar-free chocolate in the bulk section, but it's very, very high calorie. I might as well just eat sugar. And you know what sugar-free chocolate or candies do to you? Okay, that's a laxative. It causes
cancer, like the windmills do.
No, it causes it causes explosive diarrhea.
Oh yeah, it does do that.
Right. So I tell her that. Now she brings some to her mother, but this is why my PSAs I give out, Amy, are always so true and realistic. Like my last PSA was, you know it's Girl Scout cookie season, and I don't have the ability to control myself. So I have to warn my friends and family, if you see me taking a nap in the corner, I'm not sleeping. I'm in a diabetic coma.
If you see something, say something. That's what they say.
Yes.
If you see something, say something.
Right. If you see something, say something when it comes to my eating. So,
yeah.
Amy, I like that.
I'm in a nap. I'm in a diabetic coma.
I'm not
She's
napping.
in ketoacidosis.
I'm not in keto.
Please call a professional health provider.
The same thing is, if we go to the gym, we got to make sure there's a defibrillator.
Yeah.
There's precautions.
It's not even a joke anymore, man. For real.
Yeah. We require a lot of precautions. So,
we do.
So she did bring some of those Girl Scout cookies over to her mother's. I have to say I did eat some of the Thin Mints.
Those aren't the ones that get me. The ones that get me are the peanut butter patties.
No, she didn't get those.
Oh, yeah.
She got Thin Mints, like 5 boxes of Thin Mints and bunch of Samoa or something.
Oh, so I don't like either of those. So I'd be all right. I'd be immune.
Yeah, you'd be okay.
Those. Yeah, but the ones that are the problem are those peanut butter patties and the shortbread ones are a big problem.
The Thin Mints, they are so freaking delicious. I don't know what they put in them, but
they put mint and meth.
Mint and meth in those suckers.
In a pestle and mortar, and they grind it up. Mm-hmm. You get a badge for that now. Then a lot of people don't know that, but you get a badge. One of your Girl Scout badges is for when you mix the meth and mint perfectly together.
So listen, I haven't done a shout out for I might as well start plugging since we're going to be on the radio tomorrow. I have a show April 27th, Comedy at the Carlson. It's called Spring Breakdown. It's a Saturday night. Tickets are on sale at Comedy at the Carlson's website. So if you go on there, they're only $10. Come on down and see an Instigator live. And I'm bringing in a couple comics from Boston and a couple local comics that are amazing. So if you guys want to check me out, that's where you can see me. Spring Breakdown, April 27th. That's my plug for the week. Oh, I had to talk to you about the Uber driver that picked up that girl.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, because it's just I watched the video clip of her getting in the car.
I didn't. I couldn't watch it.
No, I mean, I just did because there was a lot of people. Okay, the story is there was, if anyone hasn't heard, was it Illinois? I can't remember where it happened. Minnesota.
Yeah, everybody knows about it.
Okay, but yeah, so this young girl was out at a bar and she called for her Uber. She got in the car and it was not her Uber car. It was some random guy. And they say that the child locks were on and she couldn't get out and he ended up killing her. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were like, oh, she knew him, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I wonder if she just knew this guy and he picked her up. So they had everything's cameras are everywhere. So I watched the video footage, and she got in that car. She thought it was her Uber. It was obvious, you know. So it was sad. So
they would be able to disprove that if they, you know, Uber would have a record of her summoning, you know, like request the vehicle.
Yeah,
request.
she did, and they interviewed the guy, and the guy pulled up
vehicle, right? So they wouldn't. Yeah, so that wasn't someone she knew then. She legit had called an Uber.
Yes,
and
you're
she
right
was going to
about
get
that.
in.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they talked to the guy.
There's no conspiracy theories here. She just
right, but I mean, people
got in the wrong car. People try to get in my car all the time that are the wrong people all the time.
Yeah,
I got to be like, no, I'm not here for you. Happened last night.
Did it?
Someone
Yeah.
so
you recognized the person's
picture? I wasn't even on a call. I was waiting for one, and someone tried to I locked my doors. Luckily,
yeah.
They tried to open my door, and I'm like, I rolled the window down. They're like, oh, we're Uber for so and so. I'm like, I'm not your Uber, dude.
Yeah. So they just and you know what?
People still aren't checking. And
here's the thing.
They want to blame the company, but it's not the company's fault, you know.
Well, I agree.
Uber's fault.
That I do. I agree. But another thing is, when you're out and you're drinking, and your car is not common. So that's a big thing for you. I mean, obviously, your vehicle is not a black Toyota Camry like all the other Uber drivers.
Nobody drives a great big green monster like
right.
mine.
You know what I'm saying?
And Ford stopped making the Flex, so it'll be less.
Your car is not like the average, but I've got to say, majority of Uber drivers in the dark, they do look all the same when it's a car. It's that black Camry, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Silver something or a black something.
Yes, and if you're not like legit looking at the license plate and it's dark and you've been partying, it happens all the time. People just try to get in. And I mean, I had a red Kia Soul, so people usually figured out my car. But even at that point, people tried to get in my car and thought I was their driver. So a red Kia Soul, I'm sure they were looking for a black Camry. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they were jumping in my red Kia. But
yeah. Well, the Uber driver is supposed to know your name before you get in the car, so that's one thing. And I always try to put people at ease right away, and I go, "Hi, Sally, how are you tonight?" Mm-hmm. You know, so without them even asking me, I'll always say their name. Or, "Hi, Brad,
right?
Did you have it fun? Have you had a nice evening?" Or you know, something like that. But you know what? Someone was saying a good idea might be that when you get an Uber. When you summon an Uber, maybe the systems to generate a unique kind of password or something.
Well,
say you know, you go to pick up so and so, the password is hot dog. So you go to pick them up, and you got a 2-point thing. So you can't just guess their name was Anne. Mm-hmm. You have to say Anne if they're like, "Do you have the password for this ride?" And then I would say hot dog. Then we would both know.
Mm-hmm. No, I do. I mean,
something like that might work.
But I have to say that, I mean, do you think he was rolling by these bars slowly, hoping someone would screw up and get in his car? I mean, how did he just randomly you just jumped in a murderer's car?
So you just happen to jump into someone who was ready to kill. So I mean, that is
I think
crazy.
he must have been trolling.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that to me. Why?
So if you want to be trolling,
what else would he been doing? Rolling around slowly like that?
But you want to know the bizarre thing? If you watch the video, Amy, she opens the back door to get in, and he's still moving. It was almost like he was like, "What are you doing?" And then he's like, "Oh," and stopped and let her in. So I'm like, it was weird because it was almost like if you see the video, he didn't even know she was going to try. The whole thing was bizarre. She just had got into a car with a freaking, psychopath. It's terrible. But I was thinking that that's really hurting the company. And I'll tell you another thing that is hurting.
It shouldn't hurt the company because he wasn't an Uber driver. It's not like this guy was approved.
But now I'm hearing
I don't like misdirected blame. I don't like the misdirected blame. I've been nearly assaulted twice by customers. I've had police remove two people out of my car, okay? And they were very tense situations where I thought, they could have a weapon. I had a woman put her hands on my neck and try to choke me,
Mm-hmm.
So, but those stories never get told.
Right.
You know what I mean?